So where have you been? You've been out there having adventures.
One thing. I found myself in Lagos.
What was your first impression of Lagos?
If I had my way, I would leave the country like tomorrow.
Any place is the potential birthplace for the kingdom of God.
Nigeria is hell. Get out.
It's easy for us to try to go to where other people have already spotted the opportunity. They've highlighted the opportunity.
This guy, Tunde Onakoya, the chess master guy.
He's the hottest thing in Nigeria right now. And I mean hottest like all round.
I would never think of excellence in chess and associate it with a Nigerian. Honestly.
Tunde Onakoya, are you single? Is he single?
In Nigeria, the person that started the Guinness World Record stuff was Hilda Bassi. The moment Hilda broke the world record for longest cooking marathon, everybody can they cook.
One question that I think is vital for every young person to ask is, have I really exhausted my opportunities in this place?
So,
Hey,
fine girl.
fine boy.
How fun now?
I did.
How have you been?
I've been good.
It's been a hot minute.
I swear. Woo! It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Well,
It's been a while.
So what's up? What's good?
It's been a while since we've done this.
Oh yeah.
It's been a while since I saw you.
Yes.
It's been a while since I saw you. So, yeah.
You know, I actually missed you.
You said?
I missed you.
You missed me.
I did.
You said this is something that your sibling never admit. Siblings don't admit that they miss each other. So when you have a sibling that admits that they miss you, you know you're doing something right.
No, it's not like you were doing anything right.
Nah.
It's just that I missed you, Sha.
No, you're just exception. You just know that you're exceptional. I know that I'm exceptional. Do you understand? Because it's a very rare occurrence for your sibling. Check it now.
Don't they feel yourself
For your
now?
sibling to say I miss you.
Are you seeing why we don't
It
say
does
these
not
things?
happen.
Now why would they keep them for our hearts? In fact, okay, no problem. I was trying to have a moment, and he took a moment to feel himself.
No, I have to now.
No, but I really missed you, Sha.
I have to.
I
I
missed you. It's
missed
good
you
it's
too.
good to have you back. So where have you been? You've been out there having adventures,
Kwaku the traveler.
doing things on things.
Kwaku the traveler.
You know, just the waka
yo,
dupe.
yo.
So how has it been?
Man, it's been nice. So it's not been straightforward, but it's been nice. You know, one thing. I found myself in Lagos. I haven't been to Lagos before.
Yeah, this is your
So,
first time
Yeah, that was my first time in
in
Lagos.
Lagos.
I stayed there
And
for
even
a
that
while.
far away from home now. You've not traveled that far before.
Yeah. I travel, but I travel mainly for work, and I come back. I haven't really stayed anywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't stay long enough to develop an impression about the place. It's very quick. I
Yeah.
go for work,
You come
one
back.
day, 2 days highest, and I'm back. Right. So this was my first time staying extensively in a place, and it was nice. It was everything. It was nice. It was good. It was bad. It was It
What was your
it
first
just a
impression
whole-
of Lagos?
Yo, my first impression of Lagos. Omo, it's a very big city. It is large. Lagos is very large. It's big. I like that. It's very big. I like that. It's just it's a whole visual experience. From the moment you enter, there's a lot of things to look at.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in transit, let's say you're commuting to work or you're going somewhere,
Yes.
and you're on your phone, maybe chatting or whatever. I never did that for once in Lagos, because the environment was just so visually stimulating and engaging that I didn't even have time to be on my phone while I was in transit. I was just looking. I was looking around, trying to familiarize myself with the
And
environment.
there's a lot to see.
There's a lot
actually.
to see. There's a lot to see. Yo, I went to the mainland for the first time because like I all my stay there was on the island. So but the first time I went to the mainland once, I was just looking.
And
bro,
you're gonna be like saying, "Idea where the Lagos experience called
bro, like that's like
Conchoke."
the main part.
I saw.
There's a lot of things to see. One thing that really shocked me was the enormous water bodies. The water bodies are insane. Huge, very, very huge, like huge expanse of water. And it's not something that I see all the time. So you see huge sheep, like huge ships doing their whole oil excavation thing. Yeah, so it was nice.
Now that you're done with school, it's like you now have a lot of time to explore.
to try my hands at a couple of things, to have experiences out of the ordinary. You understand? Step out of my regular schedule, the predictable life that I've led for so long, and now everything is just very unpredictable. Even my coming back was unpredictable. You don't expect me. Nobody expected
Yeah, when
me.
you told me, oh, babe, I'm coming, I was like, what?
Every
Really?
That's how it is, man. That's how life has been.
Yeah.
Unpredictable, uncertain. You don't even know how tomorrow is going to be. And I cannot lie. It's intimidating.
Of course,
It's
it
scary.
is.
But there's this little thrill. There's this little adrenaline. This little adrenaline rush from knowing that, Omo, you don't know what tomorrow is going to be. But we're going to find out.
Yeah, I know that's pretty much what it looks like when you leave your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And basically take on the adventure of life, because that's
Yeah.
something that I've been thinking about
Yeah.
recently a
Yeah.
lot. I wouldn't describe myself as the most adventurous person out there. You know, I like being comfortable. I like being
Don't we all?
Ooh, no, some people don't like comfort like that too, you know. But I think
You must be a sadist.
I'm prone to seek what is familiar,
Yeah.
what is comfortable,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
what is safe and secure.
Yeah.
But now when you're at this stage of life, it's almost like there's no security anywhere.
Yeah.
There's no safety anywhere. Nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah.
And while it might be tempting to just be in your comfort zone and stay and play around with what is familiar,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you just have to venture out into the unknown
Yeah.
and explore,
Yeah.
have different experiences. And that's really something that for this year, in fact, that was like my theme for 2024. That this year, I don't even want to understand what me self go they do. You understand?
Yeah.
I want to have experiences. I want to do things in a manner that I've not done before.
Yeah.
You understand? There are some things that I'm familiar with this. Like now where I don't know, now that place where me now one day go. Where's my pigeon? This my pigeon. Did they enter?
Yeah.
Did they enter? Okay. I want to be going to places that I don't know. And I don't just mean places like physical places.
Yeah.
Even places mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, and financially. Everywhere. I want to go to places that are unknown to me. And that was why when you told me you were going to Lagos, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Go out there, you know? And it's actually nice that you had an interesting experience in Lagos.
Yeah, I did have an interesting experience. It was very interesting. Yeah, a lot of things happened, and I completely dig the idea of putting yourself in unfamiliar situations.
Yeah.
I feel like if you remain in your comfort zone, you can't grow.
Of course.
You can't grow. You can't expand. It's just a very limited life.
Yes.
And a lot of people might be okay with that, but for me, I'm not okay with just having a very limited small life. You know, I like the idea of going to unfamiliar places, not just physically,
yes,
but mentally, especially
Yes.
mentally.
Oh, yes.
I'm not much of a physical someone that moves around physically a lot. I don't really like a lot of traveling.
It can be stressful,
It's very
actually.
stressful. It's
Sometimes
very stressful.
I wish I can just teleport. Because that's the thing. I love seeing new places. I love
Yeah.
being in new places.
But that process,
But you see
that
the
commute,
process. Can I just teleport, close my eyes and
Yeah,
appear in the place I want to be?
yeah. It
Because
can be-
sometimes once you think of the stress of the journey, it's just so exhausting.
yeah, it can be very physically exhausting. But even that is something that I started to walk around.
Okay.
You understand? I've started to walk around and I've realized that it's not as dreadful as it might seem. The moment you start, a lot of fears are mental.
Yes.
So I came across this saying that fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. So when you look at it from the outside, it looks very, very daunting and scary. And the moment you just step your feet inside, you realize that it's not even deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from the outside, the idea of going to all these places, all these far places, you understand, they might seem very, very intimidating. They might seem very, very stressful and nerve-wracking. But then when you actually place yourself on the journey, you find out that, it wasn't that bad. It's not that bad. Yeah, so that's something I want to do more of. I want to do more of expanding myself, expanding my life experiences and all that, trying out new things.
Yeah.
And yeah, ultimately, I feel like I feel it would lead to a very rewarding life.
Of course it
Yeah.
does. Of course it does. Because sometimes it's so easy to be in the same place and just feel stagnated and then depressed.
Yeah,
And it's like maybe you need to change something.
absolutely.
And there was something you said about moving to a different place,
Yeah,
leaving your comfort zone, not just physically,
Yeah.
changing your physical location,
yeah,
but also being in a different place mentally,
yeah,
like leaving that mental comfort zone
yeah,
you get. And it's something that I feel we should explore more, because sometimes there's a tendency to feel like, oh, there's something so wrong with where I am. As young people, you're starting out life, especially once you're done with school.
yeah,
There's this desire to move to a different city, especially if you grew up in a small city, a
Yeah.
small town.
yeah,
You want to move to the big city. Moving to a big city is a thing.
yeah,
I want to move to a big city. I hope I'll have all these experiences. I can
Yeah.
be this different person when I get there.
yeah,
And truthfully, not everybody is going to leave.
yeah,
You understand? And it's not just about leaving maybe to big cities, even leaving the country, Nigeria,
Yeah.
like Japan.
Japan,
We hope
yeah,
to
you
have
know,
this
yeah,
adventure. And, like what I wanted to explore is the possibility of someone leaving their small town to a new city and still being in the same mental space.
Yeah,
You understand? Still being in the same place mentally. And you find out that while you've changed your physical location
yeah,
and your mental state is the same,
yeah,
your outlook is still very limited.
yeah.
Well, nothing really changed. You might as well have been back in your small town
Yo, I've seen
rather
people.
because there's this thing of, oh, the big city will change me,
Yeah,
which it often does. But most times the change starts mentally.
yeah, absolutely. I feel like every single thing that we do, every single product of the world started mentally. Every single thing that you see outside, every product, every physical evidence of an idea started out as an idea. It once was an idea, right? So I feel like everything starts mentally. It starts mentally when you're talking about trying to expand yourself, trying to grow, and trying to have that transformation
Yeah.
that leaving your immediate comfort zone to another environment would have on you.
Yes.
It starts mentally.
Yes.
So if you've not mentally expanded, if you're not started to think bigger, larger, you're not heading anywhere. There's no change. So even if you change your physical environment and put yourself elsewhere, there has been little or no transformation.
Yes.
You just locomoted.
Yeah,
You just that's just what it is, locomotion. But you didn't transform.
yeah. And
You
the
didn't-
goal
yeah.
was the
The
transformation.
goal was the transformation. The reason why a lot of us want to leave our comfort zones, want to leave our small environments, our familiar environments, to move to these bigger places, whether it's a big city or outside the country, it's so that we can grow, so that we can grow and elevate ourselves. We can evolve, embody a new station in life, a new status. You understand?
Sometimes even a new identity.
Sometimes even a new identity. Of course, that is inclusive. Is inclusive. Yeah. So, and that's something that everybody wants.
Of course.
But it's not always possible to do that, to have that physical experience. It's not possible. If I had my way, I would leave the country. Like tomorrow. Do you understand?
If I had my way, I would travel a lot. I would travel from place to
Exactly.
place, spend
And I
some time
believe
there,
that I'm heading
move.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And I believe that my life would be better if I left the country, for instance. Right? My
Yeah.
quality of life would have improved.
Yes.
But there's this likelihood of feeling hopeless when you're not able to make these physical changes.
Yes.
When you're not able to move out. You understand?
Yes.
And it reminds me of this philosophy that this guy, Tunde Onakoya,
Oh.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name well, Tunde Onakoya. right? The chess master guy that has been like the talk of the entire
He's the
country,
current
right?
sensation right now. He's the
Yeah,
hottest thing in Nigeria right now.
bro, he broke the world
Hottest.
record.
I mean hottest, like all round.
Na person man, bro. Na
Eh.
person man.
Tunde Onakoya, are you single? Is he single? Asking for a friend.
For a friend, he
For a
quote.
friend. I'm asking for a friend now.
For a friend, he quote.
Anyway, he's sure the hottest thing in Nigeria right now.
Yeah, for, as everybody knows, having broken the world record for the longest chess marathon.
Yes.
Right? And since he started this chess marathon thing, I've kind of been following it from a distance and just observing, observing the reach and the impact that he has just been having by embarking on this journey.
Yeah.
And then I saw this post that he made with the caption, "It's possible to do great things from a small place." And that was when I picked specific interest in him. And that was when, at that point, I followed him.
And that's actually, like, will I call it his brand philosophy? That's the philosophy that's at the foundation of the work
Yeah,
he
I
does.
got to, when I followed him,
Yeah.
I found out that it wasn't just a caption for a post.
Yeah.
It was on his bio. It is possible to do great things from a small place. And that sentence, as short as it is, that sentence like spoke to me. It just stung me. It stung me. It had this effect on me. I'm like, wow.
It's very profound.
It is so profound. It made me think. It made me think because for the longest time, I've been aiming at changing where I'm coming from. I need to change where I'm coming from to achieve the things I want to achieve. Why? People from here don't do this thing.
Yes.
And it's not an illogical conclusion to come to. I mean, you look at the list of successful people and you try to figure out the common denominator amongst all of them and emulate that thing, right? And you find out that, they're not from here, right? These people they're not, a lot of them are not from where you come from. And so you feel this you need to move somewhere, you need to get somewhere before you can start to pursue your dreams or go after the things that you really want to go after. I can remember a while ago when I even used to be ashamed to be Nigerian. Like I hated the fact that I was Nigerian because I felt that there was this huge stigma internationally associated with being Nigerian. And I used to wish I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that I was Nigerian.
Like
Nigerians
sometimes
are not.
It can feel like some kind of underprivilege.
It feels like bondage. Feels like you're shackled. You want to do something, you will now think, how many Nigerians have done it?
Oh, yeah.
How many Nigerians have achieved this thing? Nigerians are not the kind of people that achieve this thing.
Yes.
Right? And you can play that game. It's just an endless spiral. Nigerians are not capable of achieving this kind of thing. Why should I aspire for it? People from Owerri, Imo State are not capable of achieving this kind of thing. Nobody has done it before. Why should I aspire for it? You understand? People from my family or my kindred haven't achieved this kind of thing. Why should I achieve? You can play. It's an endless spiral that you can just keep going down and going down into an infinite regression. You understand?
Yes.
So, for the first time, I came across that saying, it's possible to do great things from a small place. And then I was interested in knowing where this guy comes from. And I, started to look him up and then I saw that, the story, the philosophy was derived from his life story, from where he came from, right? So it's something I've really been thinking about for a while now. It's possible to do great things from a small place. Something I've really been thinking about. And it's a saying that's had a very profound impact on me and influencing the way I make decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went through this period, especially when I graduated from the university, where I was plagued with that reoccurring thought and feeling. It was like it was a dominant thought in my mind. When I considered the dreams I had, my goals, my ambition, and then I look at myself and where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
And it always felt like you can't do it. You can't do it. And nobody that comes from where you're coming from, nobody that has your kind of background has achieved this thing. And this was a mindset.
Yeah.
This was a solid mindset that I had at that time.
Yeah.
I can't do this thing. There are so many obstacles, or I can do it, but there are so many obstacles that it's very discouraging. I don't even think I would have what it takes
And those
to
obstacles,
climb those walls.
and these are not just normal obstacles. These are obstacles that stem from where I come from.
Yes. Of all the obstacles, the biggest of all was that thing of where I come from. I need to be in this place.
Yeah.
I need to be closer to where it's happening. This is where it's happening. If only I was there,
Yeah.
the journey would be easier. If
Yeah.
only I had proximity to where I felt my goals and dreams were already being manifested by other people.
Yeah.
Then maybe I can achieve it.
Yeah.
And the quote that I came across that actually started this change in my mindset and my outlook on life in that aspect was this quote from Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
That any place is the potential birthplace for the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
The first time I heard him say that, it was like the same effect that Tunde's quote had on you. And I think both quotes are saying the same thing. It's the same idea.
Yeah, the same idea.
Yes. And when I heard it for the first time, I picked up my phone, I typed it. And now it's like one of my life mantras. So because once in a while that thought creeps up in my mind, but I tell myself, see, any place is the potential birthplace for the kingdom of God. As long as, and I think of my goals and dreams and ambition as my journey to create heaven on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for myself, but for my loved ones and the people around me,
Mm-hmm.
And I see it as, this is me chasing the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven. It's very spiritual for me. And whenever I think about that, anywhere, you can do it from wherever you are, regardless of where you think you come from, no matter what you think your circumstances are, start from where you are. Don't wait till you go to any new place.
Yeah.
The grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
That's the perspective. Oh, if only I can get there. And the thing is, you can there's no limit to how long you can play that game. Oh, if only I get to this place. Let's say, for instance, if only I get to Lagos, then I can do this and do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you do get to Lagos, and I'm sure some people might have had that experience, they get to Lagos and it's like, oh, if only I can get to the US.
Yeah.
Then so and so thing would happen.
Yeah.
And then maybe even if you're in the US, maybe if I can go to this particular state, then this thing will happen. And then, now I'm in that state, now I need to get into this particular network for this thing to happen.
Yeah.
And as long as you have that limitation in your mindset, for anything you achieve, you always feel there's another obstacle.
Yeah.
And that's something, and that's the reason why I admire the work that a man like Tunde is doing.
Yeah.
Especially as a Nigerian.
As a Nigerian.
As a Nigerian.
See Nigerians
when we see people
now.
like him
No,
and the work he does, we take it personal, and there's a reason why.
First of all, when I think about chess, I don't even think of chess and excellence in chess and Nigerians in the same sentence. I don't. That's the truth. We have people like...
It's not something it's not a game that's typically played in Nigeria.
Like where?
Actually.
It's not.
The first time I came across an actual chess board and someone playing chess, I think you were the one that brought it home one day. It was a day, I think you were in secondary school then, you brought it home.
I was, I part of the reasons why I felt connected to this guy was that, first of all, I used to play chess when I was in junior secondary. Like we had a chess club. Yeah, I went to, in my private school, we had a chess club, so I was part of the chess club. That was when I first got introduced to chess ever, JSS 1, right? And it was just a game.
Yes.
It was just a game for fun, for leisure, right? I have never seen chess as more than just a game, a game that utilizes your mental capacity. That's just what it is, right? So, seeing this guy excel at this level with chess. Again, I would never think of excellence in chess and associate it with a Nigerian. Honestly, like I follow chess champions, Magnus Carlsen, Hikaru Nakamura. These guys are not even African. They have nothing to do with Africa, let alone Nigeria. Do you understand? So to see this man like go achieve the thing that he has achieved, and it's like, bro, he's Nigerian. Not just from Nigeria. He comes from the streets of Ikorodu, slum, ghetto. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then you ask yourself, yo, how much more you? If this guy could come from the ghetto, and I'm not even coming from the ghetto, right? This guy came from the ghetto, from the slums,
Yes.
and turned his life around like this through a board game. Who would have thought?
And then
would
went
have
ahead
thought?
to change the lives of other people,
And went
other
ahead
children.
to change the life of other children through a board game
Yes.
and a philosophy, an idea, a philosophy. Literally, you can. It's possible to do great things from a small place. That's literally the philosophy that everything he does is wrapped around.
Yeah.
It makes you really, really think and ask yourself, yo,
What is in that my small place that I'm neglecting? What is that thing that I'm failing to see in the place that I think is, oh, it's a small
it's
place,
small.
you know? And
Yeah.
that's where perspective comes in.
Uh-huh.
There are some times when maybe you think, oh, I'm in a rubbish place, nothing happens here.
Yeah.
This place is just whack. This place is rubbish. This place is dead. It's a
Yeah.
dead zone.
Yeah.
Let me go to where it's happening.
Yeah.
And sometimes what you actually needed all the while was a different perspective.
Yeah.
A different perspective. You look at it from this angle and say, okay,
Yeah.
maybe there's an opportunity there.
Yeah.
So there's this quote that opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated. And the reason why that quote comes to mind right now is because sometimes it's easy for us to try to go to where other people have already spotted the opportunity. They've highlighted the opportunity. Oh, everybody is here. This is where it's happening.
Yeah.
The opportunity is so evident to everyone. And that's often what happens when we leave our small towns in droves and go to the big city because all the opportunities are very evident.
Yeah.
But now what happens is that as people leave those small towns, leave those ghettos, they are also leaving the responsibilities and the things that they could have done in those so-called small places, or those actually small places.
No, actually, sometimes they're
Those
actual
places are
small
actual,
places.
yeah, they're actual small places.
Yeah.
But the fact that they couldn't see another perspective, they couldn't seek a different perspective of looking at that place they are coming from. Like, you can ask, like, one question that I think is vital for every young person to ask is, have I really exhausted my opportunities in this place? Especially when you're trying to move and it's difficult for you. You understand? You ask yourself, have I truly exhausted the opportunities in this place that I'm running to this other place?
Yeah.
Because as everybody is running, there's so much to be done and nobody is taking care of those things. And now someone like Tunde, a man like Tunde, looks at the ghetto he's coming from. There is an obvious responsibility there that the government has left unattended. Children are roaming around in the slums, taking drugs, doing all sorts of things, getting involved in every kind of delinquent activities, and they are not in school.
Yeah.
And Tunde has taken up that responsibility.
Yeah.
So now we are celebrating him, but that's where it all came from.
Yeah.
He took responsibility for that problem. And even though Tunde cannot send all the children in Nigeria, all the poor kids in Nigeria that are not in school, he cannot send all of them.
Yeah.
But he can start with, which is what he says all the time, I can start with one person. This child has a better life because of this thing that I've done. And who knows what that child will come back to do for other children. And there's this ripple effect.
Yeah. Ripple effects.
You understand? And sometimes when you look for a different perspective, the only way that you can see that perspective is by having a sense of gratitude.
Okay. Having
a sense of gratitude that while I might want to move to this place where the grass is greener, well, I'm grateful for this place that I'm currently at.
Yeah.
And with that gratitude, you look around and it's like, is there something that I can do here?
Yeah.
At least, even if you want to japa, while I'm still here,
Yeah.
what can I do?
Yeah.
What are the opportunities that I might be overlooking?
Yeah.
What are those things in my environment that I can do? What's that impact I can create, no matter how small, that I'm failing to see or take advantage of just because my eyes are focused on that big destination that I hope to get to?
You know, there
You
was a
know?
time when it started to look like, Omo, if you don't have plans of traveling abroad, or if you don't have the means to travel abroad, you're fucked.
Oh,
You're
yes.
screwed.
You know,
Like,
follow.
Nigeria is hell.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
out. And if you can't get out,
You're done.
You're done for. You'll be an absolute loser in life. And there was a time I believed this shit.
Yes.
I believed it.
Yes.
Get out of the country. I need to leave this fucking country. If not, I'm doomed. There's nothing for me here. On God, I believe this shit. And I know it's not just me. A lot of people believed it.
Of course.
A lot of people believed it. And it's like, Nigeria is burning. Nigeria is
hell.
a sinking ship. Nigeria is a sinking ship. Oh, dollar price is going, dollar rate is skyrocketing. Oh, cost of living 1 key they live in. The environment itself is hot. Heat.
There's this recurring joke every every February, March, yearly. The moment that heat wave starts, someone must start that joke. Be like a person don't open the gate of hell.
Somebody left the gate of hell open. The environment is too hot. Everything in Nigeria is
It's
discomforting. And we have this idea that if only I can just step out of the shores of this country, my life will be great.
Yeah.
Everything will change. And I can't do anything great until I leave this place.
Yes.
And it's for the first time I thought about it, I really thought about it, and it's like, that's a lie. It is a lie.
Yes.
You have been operating your life fundamentally on a lie. Who says you can't do great things, regardless of where you come from?
Yes.
Who says you can't do exploits, you can't achieve great things, regardless of where you come from, no matter how small
Yes.
the place you come from is? And then there's this temptation to even lie about where you're coming from. Do you understand? Like, let people know. Package your story.
Me too package.
And I feel like when you do that thing, you're stripping yourself of the ingredients for an epic life story.
Oh yeah.
Because if you didn't have this underprivilege, if you didn't have this humble beginning, this little place of starting, your story would just be normal. It would just be there wouldn't be nothing extraordinary about it. What makes Tunde's story so extraordinary is the fact that when you look at this guy, he looks nothing like a kid that hailed from the slums.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's like, how did he do this? Because me too, where they come from, no good though. Do you understand?
Yes.
So how did he do this so that I can tap in? What did he do different that made him emerge into what he is today?
And it turns out that what he did different, it's just a change in his mindset.
Mindset, perspective.
I can start from here. I don't need to go out there into the larger world to do exploits. I can start from that ghetto.
Do you know that? I swear, this thing is it is so impactful to me, and it makes a whole difference to me, because I'm telling you that even when I went to go into filmmaking, this flaw, we find it almost everywhere in our lives. At least for me, I found it everywhere. Even when I want to get into filmmaking, at the point, my goal in life was just to get a camera. Then I got a camera, and when I got a camera, I didn't even know anything about cameras. I didn't know anything about cameras. I just wanted a camera. And when I got a camera, I now learned that the camera I had was trash. Do you understand? That was when my eyes now open.
Yeah.
Think of it too. It's just like somebody that has been naked. You don't get clothes. You have nothing to wear. Somebody now gives you clothes. When you now wear the clothes, you have protected yourself from the harsh elements. You're no longer shivering in cold. That's when you now look at the clothes and now be like, oh, this clothes no fine though.
The color don't wash.
This clothes is not fine. That's when you now start comparing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And for a long time, I was in that mindset. For me to create the kind of things I want to create, I must upgrade my camera, And then I upgraded my camera, and then you find out that it's just you want to play that. You really want to play that game.
There's no end.
There's no end to it. You keep feeling inadequate. You keep feeling that deep rooted sense of inadequacy because there's always something to change. There's always something to upgrade to. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And if you don't recognize where you are at, and like you said, gratitude, recognize the station you are at in life, be grateful for where you are,
Yeah.
and then ask yourself, how do I use everything I have? Both the advantages and the disadvantages.
Yes.
And sometimes you might have more disadvantage than advantage.
Yes.
I'm not even going to come here and try to do this something I find very silly, which is comparative suffering. Do you understand? Well, my place is where I'm from is very, very bad. My situation is worse than yours. You don't know my situation. My situation is worse than yours.
There's always someone that has it worse than you.
There's always something that has it worse than you.
Always.
Do you understand? So I'm not even going to play that game. But sometimes, like I said, the disadvantage might legitimately outweigh the advantage.
Yes.
But you look at those disadvantages and you're like, okay, perspective then. What can I do with it? And I feel like it's this kind of mindset that can birth that quote of it's possible to do great things from a small place.
And then there's another quote on the flip side, because sometimes one can be cynical. One can choose to be cynical and be like, it's possible to do great things from a small place. But not everybody wants to do great things.
Yeah.
There's that cynicism.
Who says not everybody wants to do great things?
Cynicism doesn't make sense. It comes off as wisdom. Everybody will. We all want to do great things.
Yeah, but not
everybody will do great things.
Yeah.
And for anyone that would want to play the cynic and come with that perspective, I have another quote for you. Don't say I too like quotes. But I have another quote for you, and this one is by Mother Teresa. And I'm paraphrasing here. She says, we might not all be able to do great things, but you can do small things with great love. And I think that idea of gratitude ties into this. Because when you have a mindset of gratitude and appreciation for where you are and what you have, whatever advantage you might have, and it's like, maybe I might not be able to do great things. I'm not Tunde. I cannot send children to school. Like, I don't know chess.
I cannot break the world record.
I can't break world records.
Yeah.
But there's something you can do no matter how small.
It's true. I feel like most times we neglect the so-called small thing.
Yes, everybody wants.
We can do.
We all want the big things that come with the obvious glory,
with the accolades, with the eyeballs, with the attention.
Yeah.
You can see. I think in Nigeria, the person that started the Guinness World Record stuff was Hilda Basi.
Yes.
Right. And the moment Hilda broke the world record for longest cooking marathon, everybody, cookathon, everybody. Cookathon
one cause war for Nigeria.
everybody cookathon. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They look like, say, if you're not aspiring to break a Guinness World Record, you're a loser.
Especially the one that's
cooking.
The cooking.
In particular, everybody they cook. Do you understand?
Don't say we a big cook for Nigeria. Everybody, we cook, die.
Right?
But
and I feel like it ties into this thing that you said. It's not that everybody loves. I disagree, because food is expensive. It's not like everybody likes to cook, but it's that attention, that glory that comes with this person just broke the Guinness World Record. Now, if you can do that, by all means, go ahead and do it. Right? I'm not one to sit down and clamp on anybody's dreams. Dreaming is free. Everybody has the right to aspire for that.
Aspire for anything.
But herein lies the problem. When everybody's dream is conditioned by this idea of you want to do something that can draw the attention of everybody else. You want to do something that they will praise you for.
Yes.
Something that you will receive accolades and clout for. That's where the problem is. And when everybody now starts to have this mindset, you find out that we are now all trying to do the same thing,
Yes.
which is even antithetical to the point why we want to do these great things in the first place.
And by doing that, we are also neglecting that small thing
small
that you can be
things.
responsible for.
Exactly.
That small things like, nah, who gives a fuck?
That one that is in front of you.
There's no glory. I don't fucking want it. Give me a Guinness World Record. Let me know that I've done something that's commendable with my life.
Exactly.
We're not all going to get medals in life.
Yeah. Forgetting that Tunde.
He
Okay, you will
wasn't-
see
he
somebody
wasn't
now.
even trying to
You will
get
see
a medal.
somebody now. Wait, excuse me.
That's so
You
funny
will see
thing.
somebody now tomorrow now. As Tunde has broken this world record, they will start. They want to break Tunde's record of the longest chess marathon. I bet you will see it.
Yes, no.
Right? Forgetting that Tunde did not even start from wanting to break the world record.
Yes.
This guy started by playing chess in the slums and going to all these unflattering places and trying to make a difference there, trying to even if it means just sending this idea, pushing this idea out that you can do great things from a small place. That
Yes.
small place was where he started from. But everybody wants to start from the top.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wants to start from the top because that's where all the attention is. That's where all the admiration is, right? So yeah, I feel like the whole thing that has been happening, this entire period of life, of my life, has just been a whole learning experience. I feel like everything has just been happening in a way that I've just been learning. I'm more of a student right now than when I ever was in school.
Oh yes. And
Like-
turns out that is the reality.
That's the 100%.
You know, you finish school and
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, now I'm a student of life. And life will
Facts.
teach you.
Facts.
Life will teach you.
Facts.
You know, you build up your own experiences.
Yeah.
And you gain wisdom. You know, you gain wisdom, you lose some, you gain some.
Yeah.
And you realize that that's your whole freaking life.
100%.
That's your entire life. So, it's good to have you back, bro. Welcome back. And cheers to, we don't have anything to cheers, yeah, but no wala. Cheers to more adventures. I wish you more adventures. I wish me more adventures because God knows we need as many adventures as we can have
Yo,
within the time that we spend on this earth.
I feel like the only thing that you really have in life is experiences.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing that nobody can take away from you. When you think about your life and what comes to mind, the experiences that you've had, it's yours.
Yes.
It's something that nobody can ever take away from you. If somebody like stripped you of every single thing that you have, they can't strip you of your life experiences.
No.
And I feel like at the end of the day, there's something called deathbed thinking, which is, assume that you're on your deathbed. What would be running through your mind? I think that whenever I play that scenario in my head, what always comes to mind is life experiences.
Yeah.
The things that I did, the things that I was able to do, the things I exposed myself to.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, that's what life truly is about. The experiences that you had,
yeah.
things that you did, the things that you exposed yourself to,
Yes.
the risks that you took. Like truly at the end of the day, I feel like the point of life is just the experience of life.
Yes.
The experience. And a lot of us fall into this trap of waiting to make it before you can experience life.
Yeah. Whew. If you start that one,
I have to make it
if you start
first.
this talk, we don't go finish that.
Omo,
I swear.
it's a lot of people want to. When I make it,
Yeah. Then I'll start living the
now
life.
live. I can now have life experiences. I can
Yes.
now go on adventures. I can now visit the places I want to visit. I can do the things I really want to do.
I
Let me
can
just
be
secure that bag first.
My real self.
I can be my real self. And these are all things I've had to unlearn and notions I've had to not just unlearn but reject
Yes.
actively. Like, no, this is not the kind of life I want.
Yes.
Period. No postponing life.
No.
Why
no.
postpone life?
It's happening either way.
It's happening either way.
You know, if there's one thing that I've tried to teach myself this year, and I hope that I'll remember it literally for the rest of my life, is that for every single day that you wake up, you're writing the story of your life. The story of your life is being written with every action or inaction. So try your best to make it an interesting one.
Yeah.
Try your best to make it one that's good or bad, really good or bad. Make you one that's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it's like make it a story that if your life were a movie, you would want to watch it.
Yeah.
And that's what I tried to do. I've tried to do that this year a lot, and it's going well so far.
What have you been up to while I was away?
I
What has life been while I was away?
life has been interesting. Actually, I cut my hair, stating the obvious.
I can
but
see that.
yes,
Yeah.
I cut my hair, which is part of the adventure. You
Yeah.
know, it's like whoop, hair gone. I've been trying to advance more in my work.
Yeah.
You know, explore other interests that I have that I've been afraid to explore,
Yeah.
or I felt like maybe it wasn't the right time, or I didn't have the right resources. And it's like, nah, that time will never come.
Yeah.
So you might as well just start now. Been trying to get fit.
Yeah.
And while I've not hit my fitness goal, I don't even have any fitness goal, funny enough.
Yeah.
Or rather, I don't have a body goal. What I have is a fitness goal. And not even much of a fitness goal. I just want to go to the gym consistently for the entire year. Thankfully, I've been consistent.
That I can see it has been working
Reasonably.
out well.
Really? Aw.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. So that's just trying to be in a different space mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and otherwise, you know. And it's been going well. It's been going well.
Yeah. Another thing that just came to mind that I want to talk about is, you know, allowing the place that you come from
Yes.
or your station in life to determine your identity.
Oh.
You know, that's another thing that I've been thinking about lately.
Oh, yeah.
When you conflate your personal identity with where you're from, the so-called small place that you're from.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I think that there's a bit of your environment definitely has an influence on you.
Uh-huh.
And when you're from a place, that place also passes through you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is not you.
Facts.
The place has a lot of influence on who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And that's why it's not beneficial to reject that.
Yeah.
To reject where you're from. Because where you're from is a part of you.
It is.
But at the same time, you have to understand that, but it's not you.
Yeah.
You're not where you're from. You're not the place.
Yeah.
People tend to mistake themselves for the place they are from, good or bad.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, I'm from here. You own it
Yeah.
as a part of your identity. I'm from this place based off of how the different ways that place has influenced you.
Yeah.
And you use it. But at the same time, have that consciousness that at the same time, I'm not limited to this place. And if you're from a small place, you don't have to be small mentally.
Facts.
Your mind does not have to be small.
Exactly.
Yeah, where I'm from is really bad.
Yeah.
And it's small and it's very limited and we don't have opportunities there.
Yeah.
But up here,
anything is fucking possible.
anything is possible. Don't lose that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I have this idea that is what everybody moves to a big city to find. A sense of possibility.
Yeah.
To expand their thinking. But know that you don't need to be in that place for your thinking to expand. Anywhere you are, or more, let your mind move.
Yeah.
And once you have that freedom mentally and you have that abundance in your mind, I believe that anything is possible. Anything really is possible. And I'm glad that I can say that confidently now, because there was a time when I didn't believe this. But now, yeah, I do believe it.
And I'm just grateful for like living examples.
Oh, yeah.
Like seeing people live these things.
Yes.
Seeing people just exemplify
Yeah.
that, you know, these ideals are
It's
possible.
not just an idea in your
It's not
head.
just an idea.
It's possible.
Now you the door. Now you dey sleep on yourself.
Swear.
You're the one sleeping on yourself, man.
Don't
And,
do,
you
man.
know, as Burna Boy will say, they play. Just they play. Do you understand?
People are doing it. You're there sleeping on a bicycle.
Facts. So
So
I'm just grateful, man.
Yeah.
I'm just nothing to complain about. I'm just grateful.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. Happy to be doing this show again.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, thank you for hanging with us.
Thank you.
New episodes.
You want
coming.
promise?
said?
You want promise?
100%. 100%.
We could deliver.
Please
Don't worry.
subscribe on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
And like, follow, comment, engage in the comments.
Yes.
In the comments. We want to read the comments. We want to be able to ascertain ascertain your feedback. You know what you think concerning the conversation. Let's have a well-rounded.
Share your own experiences.
Let's have a well-rounded conversation. And yeah, like, comment, share, follow. Let's grow this thing. Let's build this thing.
Yes.
We're building this thing together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be something very, very beautiful. And we just want to communicate our appreciation.
Yeah.
Take
For
it
the
easy.
people that watch consistently. Ooh, the real MVPs. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Peace.
We'll see you next episode.